We have two sets of minutes to approve today. One is for our special meeting and end of the year meeting held on December 21st, and a regular meeting held on January 4th. I think fell off already. So, did everybody get a set of minutes for both of those dates?
Yes.
So, any changes or additions for 12/21 special meeting and organization meeting?
I have none.
I have none.
I'll make a motion to suspend the reading with no correction.
I'll second that.
John?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Second set of minutes from January 4th, regular meeting. Any corrections or additions for that meeting?
No.
No.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to suspend the reading and approve the minutes as submitted.
Second.
John?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Thank you. Move on to fiscal officer report.
Okay, we have to approve the annual bridge inspection.
Yes.
Did everybody copy that? Okay.
Yeah, I think I sent, did you guys get a copy of it? So,
Is
if you were
there-
looking at it, that's the one they sent me. So.
Okay. Alright. And we've got coming, the primary election is March 19th. Alright, let Brian and Tim know about that for the units. The facilities use and indemnity agreement, were you getting that over to the Boy Scout guy, or?
I have it right here, all ready to go.
Okay.
Are they coming in to sign this?
He did not. I think we're supposed to let him know when it's ready.
I told them that it would be ready today.
While you're on the Boy Scouts real quick, they wanted to use the Civic Center for a sleepover one night with, obviously, they do their projects and stuff like that, just overnight. So, let me know.
Specs.
What's that? Oh, yeah. Well, kick the lights out.
So.
Did you guys want to see a copy of this?
Sure.
Indemnified?
Sure.
They have to sign it. I thought they were going to be here today. I talked to,
I was gonna
sorry,
say, I think we were gonna, somebody was gonna call him, but I don't
I
know.
talked to Pam last week.
He might be here at 7.
The only thing that I asked for you guys for was the venues, and I put Civic Center to start and then over to the gym.
And then were we going, is this one for them to sign?
We can make a copy.
Yeah, I have a copy for me, I didn't know if you had one for yourself. I received the insurance just on the Guardian today. I know you guys mentioned last year about checking with other entities for the insurance, for the medical insurance.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure, I think the renewals in March, beginning April, so.
So, today, well,
April 31st is the last.
Right, I think we have to get it in.
Oh, yeah,
And the only thing I've received so far as far as rates is the Guardian.
that's it, okay. And nothing's changed other than that one change.
5%
Yeah, no,
increase.
it's changed.
And you never get anything from these insurance companies until the last minute.
Last minute.
So we got to watch.
Yep. They do that.
They're trained to do that.
Yes, they are. I deal with them every day.
I know you do.
We received United States Department of Commerce, we received the boundary annexation survey annual response. Who wants that? This says a representative Preston, that wasn't sure.
She's here now.
Oh, yeah.
There we go, we just talked about you.
Oh
Wow.
boy, good news or
We'll get
bad?
you- we will get you in and get you out.
We have your.
Oh, thank you, I appreciate it, we all appreciate it.
Yeah.
This has been a fiasco for us on our end.
Yeah, I don't remember, recall what we did last time. I don't think anything has changed.
He's talking
No,
about
it's.
Yeah, you're confused for a minute.
Yeah,
We didn't have it last time.
You might want to sign something.
Yeah. I was talking to Julia about
Oh,
that.
okay, no, we were thinking you was free.
See what you did?
I'm sorry.
So there's the two things that we need, Devin. I signed off on our end,
Okay,
and then I put the two venues in.
okay,
So can you sign for,
perhaps I can, I have to see what,
It just says we need a copy of the deed to your house.
yeah.
Right.
You don't want my house. Title Unit Commissioner Chief, Chair. That's me, I can sign it, yeah.
and then we'll make a copy for you.
If you can't, somebody just pull in, it might be,
No, it's probably because we have bids still.
It could be Scott too, because
Yeah.
we have another meeting for Scouts.
okay.
A little tete-a-tete. Okay, and that's gonna be council, that's not me. Okay.
I will make a copy.
Okay.
You want to make that for them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that boundaries for that, I think you just have
Yeah, I
to
don't
say
think
that
that
nothing's
is-
changed,
no,
and then
no.
send it in.
This is the boundary and annexation survey for annual response. Something new for census. Whatever they need for.
Oh, yeah, I got that. You want to take a half hour for that to warm up?
That's okay. You have to wake the mice up first to get it.
Yeah, get me fresh.
You ever want to take a look at this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody got a copy.
We did.
Thank you.
Yeah, they try to penalize you on any grants if you don't fill that thing out.
There's where
All right. That's it.
Fire hot,
It is very warm in here.
You want me to-
It's warm.
if you wanted a copy. I don't know.
That's all you needed from me?
Yep, you're good.
Oh, the sign?
I have
Okay, that's good.
You're good.
You're good.
Thanks, Pam.
All right, no, thank you guys, we really appreciate it.
When's your first gathering?
Well, we've met there a couple different times just because we had to get out. I think next week, maybe the week after, I'm not sure, I've been sick, so I haven't been talking to anybody, so. I'll
Pam,
find out tonight.
one thing, the sleepover, what was the dates on that?
That I don't even know.
Okay,
I'll let you know.
okay. Well, Tim may be here. when he tells us.
Yeah, too, you know.
Yeah.
I've been out of the loop just so I have not been feeling good, so,
Okay.
yeah, we'll let you guys know what's going
Okay,
on.
yep, no problem.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
And do you, John, do you have the mileage certification?
Yeah.
What the heck? With this camera,
Continue.
The mileage certification is correct.
Who wants to sign it?
I think we all have to sign it.
No, I think so. Chairman of the board.
Yeah, who's this?
Oh, yeah.
Trustee, chairman, trustee, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, guys, this is for the road mileage.
Yep.
Our road mileage hasn't changed since last year. So
I don't think we need this.
we need to see it through.
Put the date in.
And that is all I have with this officer.
Any questions for Julia? Make a motion to accept the fiscal officer report.
Second.
John,
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Terry, get you out real quick. So Terry sent us an email for appointments for BZA. Current members are Randy Ellinger, Terry Nielsen, Joe Martin, Chris Enchaw. Chris Enchaw has,
He's not seeking reappointment. His term ends February 28th of this year. So he will be attending the next meeting that we have. But he's been a great asset to the board. We're sad to see him go.
so are we okay to appoint the two alternates tonight?
Yeah, what I had suggested, so for a lot of this last year, Brock Benner has been sitting on various BZA hearings, so what what I suggested in the email was that he, essentially is taking over, well, treating the last year as his first year on BZA as a full board member, which would, that's, because we have to have staggering termination years. So, and I don't remember the years, but it's in the email. And then have, because we have two essential vacancies, because Sandy Englehart's term ended in 2022. And so Brock sort of filled that spot. And then there's the other alternate, Ms. Carlton. And so we, with Chris leaving, bring her on the board as a full board member, with her term being 5 years. Because all of the regular board members, their terms are 5 years, where the alternates are generally a 1-year deal. Unless you want them to send letters to you guys.
No.
But we do need to have some alternates, because now we don't have any alternates.
Well, we will definitely seek alternates.
Yeah. I mean, we can do a hearing with just 3 people, but
Yeah.
that's not, that means everybody has to agree.
Do you see anything do you see any hearings on immediate horizon?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, we will be meeting in February. The board has sort of decided to meet on a regular basis. We want to come up with some bylaws. I don't know that, I've heard that there were bylaws, but I've not seen them, so. And then at that regular monthly meeting, if we have something to review, we can review it and make sure everything's there. And if we need additional information, we can request it, but through the zoning inspector. Because what was happening is I was having a lot of contact with applicants, which is not really appropriate as somebody who is a board member. So we've talked to Rich about having him make sure all of the information is gathered, so there's.
Is that why you're having the meeting before the meeting?
So in
So you
part,
can
so
kind
we can talk to Rich and say, okay, we need X, Y, and Z.
So we're prepared for the meeting?
Yes,
basically
yeah,
what-
so hopefully
Okay, good.
things can get handled a little bit more expeditiously.
Right,
Um,
have all the information.
right.
So,
Go ahead.
so, yeah, and I think that's a great idea that you guys come up with a new set of,
Bylaws.
I think that would be great, so.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get that done.
Right, and we as trustees want to make sure that you have a full board, so, you know, it's all copacetic. So you have Randy Elder, expires in 20,
Probably 25.
25. You are 27. Joan is,
Randy is 26.
no, Randy's 26, you're 27, and Joan is 25. Chris was 24. Now, is Chris still, I mean, we didn't appoint Brock to be a full member. He was still an alternate.
Correct, but he was on their board, because they needed that
Yeah,
person.
as an alternate.
Correct.
So-
Yeah. I mean, if you wanna,
No, I don't think, you know what, you have a problem, I don't have a problem with Terry's recommendations. If someone doesn't like the full term that they get, they can always not fulfill it.
so we actually talked about it at the last meeting with everybody, with Brock and
Wendy?
Wendy, and they were okay.
Okay,
So basically, Brock is filling Sandy Engelhardt's position,
Yeah.
and Wendy will fulfill Rich Clark's
Yeah,
position.
yeah.
Chris.
So if we make a motion to put Brock in and put Wendy in effective March 1st or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Let's do that. Move on.
So, I would make a motion to appoint Brock Benner to permanent member, the BZA with a term ending in 2028, and Wendy Carlton to be a permanent member.
29.
Yeah, you
No,
do.
I'm going to,
Well, you.
I'm going that way, and then I'll make a motion that Wendy Carlton be a permanent member with a term ending in 2029.
Okay.
Correct, second that motion. Now, do we need to advertise?
Yeah, we definitely,
Okay. You're gonna need alternates.
and Julie will be there.
Yep, just a second. John,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Matt.
Yes.
Uh,
Thank you, Terry.
Terry, we're going to change the BZA venue
Oh, okay,
to here.
okay.
When?
Then,
Starting, so we have the Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts that are coming here to use either the Civic Center or the town. I mean, the annex. So we would like your group to come here. And another reason is because it's a lot more close. We don't have, all that large space there that, has to be heated or air conditioned. We don't have heating and air conditioning here, so I think that would be what we want to do. Is there any issues with you to have it here?
yes, I don't have the code to get in.
We will give you.
It's the same code.
Huh?
Is it the same as the other one?
Very
I
good.
don't think so, because
If it's not, then Terry will be calling me.
well, yeah, because I came in here once to use the copier, and I put my code in, and it didn't work. Remember that, John? It was a while ago. It was-
That's okay, that's okay. I will test both out. And
Okay.
fix it. When is the first meeting?
We've already met there a couple of times already on Tuesdays. So,
So we usually meet on Monday, but,
yeah, when we meet on Tuesday, because originally we were just allowed to have Tuesday. So we're only planning
Don't
Tuesdays.
change it.
Well, that's what you told me, so that's what we're doing.
Right.
So,
if that's okay with you, well, we'll fix it to where you guys can come here, but you've got another group that comes on Mondays, and they come on Monday, what?
so we're the,
Right. We're usually in here twice a month, and the Mondays will vary. But typically, it's...
Well, you guys are gonna have to get it scheduled together.
Yeah, you'll have to work around these.
Right.
The BZA needs to have their,
so our regular meeting is the third Monday. Which,
Third Monday.
so the next meeting is the 19th of February.
so Terry, for February, you use that venue there?
You want me to
And then
use?
starting in March, you'll be in here.
That's fine. I
That way
don't
everybody has a chance to,
figure out their schedule. Yes, but I don't have a way to get into the Civic Center.
we'll figure that out.
I let you in both.
I know he's been letting me in.
That's right.
Once, yeah,
And
first let me in
And
once.
I don't think Tim would mind doing it.
No, if you text me, I'll let you in and
Okay.
set up and all that again.
All right.
Not a big deal. Yeah, there's very little keys to the new doors.
That's by design.
Is that-
Okay, we all set, Terry, with the board now?
Yeah.
And
unless you guys-
Julia's gonna
Run ahead.
run that.
Yeah, unless you guys, so you're gonna, before the March meeting, which potentially won't happen because of the election, you're gonna get me whatever code I need to have.
Whatever you
to
need
use
here,
this.
yes.
I'm pretty sure I have a key to this building, so that won't be an issue, but I will double check.
All right, we all good now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Terry, we're looking for 2 alternates.
Yes, please.
All right, we're going to,
I'm sorry?
Do you have anybody on?
So there was a lady who was on BZA several years ago, Kathy Kelly, and she lives right over here on,
Spreading?
yeah,
Yeah.
School Lane. I haven't talked to her in forever, but I know that the reason she stopped was because she was retiring, but then I think her husband passed.
yes,
And so she might be interested, I don't know. And I don't
we'd
really,
like to have her back because she's experienced.
oh, for sure, like she was the secretary for a really long time and then she was actually on the board, so she knows all the fun that happens at the BZA. So, I mean, I don't know her, if you guys know her.
No.
Yeah. But that's the only person.
We can certainly send a letter out to her requesting,
Yeah, see if she's
see
interested.
if she wants to come back, that would be great.
Yeah.
What's her name again?
Kathy Kelly. She
School
lives-
Lane.
Yeah, she lives on School Lane, in the White House, closest to the school.
All right, we have bids for our lawn service.
We'll take care of the truck stop, the
Yeah.
horse stop real quick.
Huh?
We'll take care of those.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he just came in, so.
Well, you did, but I had other things. She was sick, so she didn't know. I had talked to Tim about possibly using the Civic Center the third weekend in February, like Friday night, all day Saturday, and then leaving Sunday morning for like a lock-in style camp out. We would do no cooking in the Civic Center. It would all be like breakfast is going to be cereal, and then sandwiches, cold sandwiches for lunch, and then we'll order pizza in for dinner. So no cooking or anything. But we're working on like we like to meet every month, but it's so cold that like we like to do kind of a lock-in thing, and I didn't know if that was a possibility.
So I'm gonna approve.
Oh, it is, okay, beautiful. Along with that, this year's lock-in, we're gonna do the genealogy merit badge. And previously, you guys have talked about like how we could help and around Christmas time, the graves need cleaned and stuff like that. So we were gonna do that as kind of a, like, adding into the genealogy, like going through the graveyard and cleaning it up. What should we clean up, is my question to you guys.
Like
Like,
right now,
yeah, well, not right now, in 2 weeks,
twigs.
yeah,
So there's twigs everywhere.
okay.
So, and basically, is it too early for Christmas decorations to come down? What's the actual cleanup for it?
It's April, I think.
Yeah, this one. Usually you guys don't have it till.
Definitely before
Before
Memorial.
Easter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is March
Easter's,
29th, I
Yeah.
think. It's early this.
March 31st, I think, is Easter this year.
But so you just want us to clean, like you don't want us to take the Christmas stuff down or the broken, or the stuff that's,
I'd say
Looks
yes, but I can't, I mean,
I would let Susan make that determination, and probably not tonight, but she.
yeah, I'm gonna have to let you know.
and that's
I
fine.
have to read our regulations, because if somebody puts something at Christmas and they want it,
They're till
they
Easter.
still have that time to take it down.
Okay, and that's fine, and we'll do as
Yeah.
much or as little,
Right.
but I
So
knew,
I would say basically just to walk around, if you also see any tattered American flags,
okay,
remove them, because
Okay.
they will replace them.
Yes.
okay. So tattered flags and trash, but not gray
You're not gonna
ornaments.
find a lot of trash. It's gonna be basically sticks.
Okay,
Because everything's fallen with the wind and what have you. Driving in, you can see them everywhere.
right. Do you want us to place them somewhere or throw them into the woods or?
Over the woods. or make piles by the road, and our service guys can come by and then they'll just pick them up.
Beautiful, okay, thank you. I just did, because I know you had said like,
Yeah.
the
that's
Christmas
a big help.
decorations and stuff too, that
Right.
were,
Yeah, that's
old and that, but you wanna
we
wait.
have to wait.
and that's fine, it's just, we have this opportunity and we're gonna be right there anyway, so.
Right.
We'll teach them a little bit about genealogy and then go out and look at the graves and clean and then come back and talk about our graves and stuff like that, so.
Oh, yeah, there's some old grapes out there. It's
Right.
interesting.
It's cool stuff.
What
So,
were those dates again?
I believe it's February the 16th, 17th, and 18th, or it's starting the Friday, I think it's Friday the 16th.
I've got something to add to that, if I can. When you text me, you asked me if you could use it Friday night, the 16th, and the 17th during the day. That was it, like, I rented it on Sunday, the 18th.
Oh, yeah, okay, we could be out Saturday.
Yeah, because this is the first I've heard this, the 18th.
Okay, I'm sorry, usually we wake up and leave, is what we would do.
Had you said that then, I wouldn't have rented it to her.
No, I'm sorry, that was my mistake then.
Okay.
Oh, no, well, there's money to be made, we'll make the money.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Okay.
So we'll spend the night Friday night, and then do everything during the day on Saturday, and then leave Saturday night, clean up and leave Saturday night.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think I'm meeting her at 6 o'clock to give her the key Saturday night.
okay,
So yeah, I checked this when she asked me to rent it, so.
okay, I'm sorry, that's my fault.
Okay.
Yeah, because we need all day Saturday, and then, yes, we'll be out Saturday night.
Okay, we're good.
Excellent,
You're good?
thank you. All right, thank you.
Carry on.
Thank you. Oh, one more quick question. Were you guys involved with the Easter egg hunt?
Yes,
Okay, because we're going to, I'm going to call the sponsor there for.
New Adventures, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and let them know that you guys are still on board.
Yeah.
Have you spoken to them?
So my kid actually goes to New Adventures, so we talk all the time.
Okay, very good.
Not him, but, so he's up here, and then like he's got his two main groups, New Adventure and the catering place. I've talked to people at New Adventures about stuff, and when they ask for help, I go to the New Adventure part of it. So, but like last year we did face painting, the egg hunting, and we for sure will do that again.
Okay, Tom, we'll get a hold of Tom.
Beautiful.
Okay,
Excellent.
great.
Thank you guys.
Yep, very good. Is Tom reach out to any of us? Okay, we have three bids. All three people that bid said they were gonna be in attendance, but no one came. So this is for our lawn service for 2024 and 2025. So we got three bids. First one is Shill Ground Management. They are a regional company, so they have a lot of different clients, university hospitals, those types of things. Their bid is patient.
Understood.
Patience is virtue.
I think it's on that second page.
This one?
No, next one.
Yes. So for 2024, their bid is $42,190. For 2025, $42,190. Yes, and those are for all of the items in their contract. There you go. Second bid is Premium Contracting, Brian King out of Streetsboro, Ohio. Brian's quote is 2024, 42,500. He's got plus tax out there, thanks for the tax. And then for 2025, 42,500. Next bid is industrial contract, landscape, and that's Dino is the owner. Dino has been with us for quite a few years. His quote is 2024, 38,400. And 2025, 36,200. So 30. Or is it called the same?
30,431.
30,000?
Yeah.
Okay, I made a mistake on that, so.
Well, the rate's real small. 30,400 and 31,200.
Right.
Yeah.
30,400 and 31,200 for 2025.
One page?
If we choose him, he would have to have his
Yeah.
paperwork. I'm sure he does have it. So. We had a couple other people that we invited, people from the area, but no one. We invited the ground guy, and we also invited Diggins, but no one answered the calls. We did have our walkthrough January 19th. We had 2 people show up for that. Any questions, comments, conversations on any of this?
I do. In the bid, when that was advertised, how was the wording as far as how the bids were supposed to be presented to us tonight? Did it require that we have a bid bond, did it show insurance, workman's comp, did it say, do you have to have all that?
Let me look.
No, I said it was required, I don't think we.
Yeah, it's required, but
I don't think we told me they had it.
Okay, very good.
They're very good at what they do, but
Well,
they're not good with the paperwork, so. But, yeah, we haven't had any issues with, I think we've had them for, no, 6 years.
yeah, that,
So, of course we wouldn't, he would have to provide us.
yeah. I just want to make sure that they didn't have to have it
we
tonight.
had it last year, we would have to get updated.
Yeah, okay.
Is that what you wanted to know?
That's all I wanted to know. Make sure we don't,
No, we're good.
just make sure to prove our contingency on providing that. It's good.
So, that being said, for $11,000 less, I think I'll make a motion to accept industrial landscaping's bid of 38,400. $1,400 for 24 and $31,225.
Second. Second.
John,
Yes?
Sue,
Yes.
Matt.
Yes.
Mr. Brad?
We got a couple new renters over at the gym. There's a company from Solon, they're called Guard One, and they rent it during the day. And he said at first, when I first talked to him, that sounded like it was going to be pretty frequent, but so far it's only been one. But you know, I think once they start using it, it's either going to be once a week or maybe twice a week. But and he said they want to rent it between 4 o'clock, between 8 o'clock and 4 o'clock. Because I told him there's something going on there every night, and he said, well, we'd be out by 4, so, and they're paying $125 for the rental, so. So they started in there, I think their first day was the 18th, and then he said he's got a couple days next week, so we'll see how it is, hit or miss, you know, I don't know, but I talked to him, I called him after his first day there, and he said it worked out really well, so. And then we got Aurora Soccer over there, they're renting it now on Thursday nights. So they're over there now, and they're there, and then the scouts are going over here pretty good. And, so we have ping pong is over there Tuesday nights, so I think scouts are gonna move over there.
Eventually.
After ping pong's done, then the scouts will be over there.
And then, Tim, as you know, if you have to rent that, then they can come back over here, you know, or they rent this night.
Yeah,
So, you know,
Tuesday nights, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and then, so the keypad in the Civic Center, I've been having problems with that. I went in there on Wednesday and I pushed my code in and it kept counting down. And I pushed my code in again, and it kept counting down, and I pushed in the third time, and then it connected to the base. Is there batteries in there, do you know? Do you have to shut it off to change them, or can I change them?
Yeah, you can change them. I think we should get some batteries and change them. I have a new one, which I didn't get a chance to set it up. But we're gonna have one when you walk in the door from Manaway Center Road, the basement door.
Oh, okay.
So Julia likes to come in that way, park, and then, so she doesn't have to run upstairs to try to. But if that's happening to you, does anybody else have a problem with it?
No, I haven't been in there, so.
Did it just start?
Yeah, I mean, it's been going on for 2 weeks.
I'll get some batteries.
Okay. Yeah. If you want to change them, or if not, just leave them and let me know.
Yeah, there's 3,
We got some, the other one.
there's 8 AA batteries.
8 AA batteries. Okay. And then also, so the sink in the was it the boys? Like when you wave your hand in front, it doesn't come on. Is there batteries in that? Okay.
Yeah, we gotta look at those. Where? I don't know what kind of batteries they are, but I think they are.
Okay, because the second sink works good, but then you do the first sink and it doesn't, and that's not my bad.
And you talk about it at school?
At the gym, yeah.
Yeah. Go back.
Okay.
Well,
I used to
I
just
don't
call
know.
Brian.
Right.
Brian used to just come over. Text Brian.
And ask him to.
Yeah, just tell him, hey, I think the batteries need replaced. He'll
Okay.
come up- He'll come over.
All right, I'll see if I can do that next Wednesday, because I kind of want to see how it's done.
Oh,
So next time I don't have to bother him, I can just do it
Right.
myself.
yeah, I used to bother.
I've never had to change them, so.
Yeah.
Do you know how the cover for the hallway thermostat got broke?
In the hallway? No.
Yeah, it's crap.
Oh, that's right.
Nobody responds to it. But I think we probably need to get a new one.
Oh, okay. Like the other one? The other one's awesome, you can't.
What, the steel one?
Yeah,
Well, it's awesome, but the key's in it. So
yeah,
doesn't really do much. It protects against the ball,
yeah. It does. Actually, voting lost that key. Because I went in there to adjust it and the key was gone. I'm like, now what am I gonna do? So I started sweeping the floor and I found it on the floor on the other side. And I picked it up and I was like, I hope this is it. Turn it. And that was it, so.
Yeah, maybe we should take that key out if it's gonna be a problem.
Well, actually, yeah, we could put it in the room,
Yeah.
hang it on a nail.
Yeah.
Or I'll do that.
Yeah, if we keep it comfortable, 68, 69, they should be fine with that. But I'm worried about your company during the day though too, because you want them comfortable,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I don't let soccer turn it up. They're not paying nothing, so.
Well, they're running around anyhow.
They're running around, they don't care.
Yeah.
It said it's 62,
Yeah.
but I'll put a nail on the inside of that room so that they can go in there, get the key and unlock it.
Perfect.
That way, yeah, that'll work. Yeah, one other thing, Ron Eckleberry called me, he needs some zoning, something done with his farm. Does Rich Daniel have hours?
I would just give his phone number.
Just give him his
Yeah,
phone?
just give his phone number.
Okay, I didn't know about that, so.
He might be here today.
Yeah.
His trustee meetings are the same.
Is ours.
Well, they're a little early with us.
I'll just give Ron Rich's number and then he can call him.
Okay.
I think that's it. Yep, that's it.
Okay. So,
What's Ron doing? Do you know what he's doing?
He's lotting off 5 acres around his farm, his house, and then the rest of it, he's putting it in
Farmland preservation.
farmland preservation, so that we can build on it. So I didn't know that was a zoning thing, but,
okay, thanks, Nick. Any questions?
Thank you. No, good job.
thank you.
Good job. Thank you, sir. All right, no one else is here. So we'll go on to trustee report and business. I miss her. Carol, do you have anything from the chamber?
Yeah. The next meeting of the chamber is on the 15th at 5 o'clock, and it will be at TL Express. So it's close, and then we can trundle down the road just a little bit to go to the Mexican place afterwards if we want. Let's see. The other thing is that there's a business, this is just for your information. It's called Viridi, V-I-R-I-D-I, and it's listed as a chamber partner, and they provide a number of kinds of services and helps. Renewable energy certificates, carbon offsets, on-site solar, LED lighting, rebates and grants, and there was one other. Sorry. That's what I get for being tired. Okay, and energy efficiency products, so that's what Viridi does. Basically, after several years of hiatus between COVID and all sorts of things, when the chamber just really went pretty much dead, I'm just surprised at how fast it's come back. And Randy Ellis, it just seems like he's lively, he's funny in a good way, and he's just a nice person, a good, pretty high energy without being abrasive. So this is a nice thing.
I'm impressed with the new administration.
Yeah. What, for chamber or?
Yeah, chamber.
Yeah. Well, it's just, I think the whole atmosphere, you know, the villages and towns are centers, to, you know, state the obvious. And the whole atmosphere has changed. You know, there's a new chamber, or rejuvenated chamber, new management. All you have to do is drive through town, you can see the changes that are happening there, and DMRC is a really positive. It isn't just that it does positive things, the meetings are positive. It's a nice group to be in, and people have high hopes for the change of, in village government. You know, I've met, I think, Steve Thorne, who is the new president. Seems like a thoroughly nice man.
He's chairman,
Pardon?
Steve
He's president. Yeah, about the only person that I still recognize on council is Marty Hura. So, now it's been a while since I went to council meetings, so, you know, a lot could have happened, but I just didn't recognize any of the faces when I checked the website. So, okay, that was more than you bargained for, but that's it.
Thank you, Carol. Now, trustee reports. Did the lawn maintenance. We have submitted our application for change of occupancy for the school. They accepted the application, and Julia, this is a receipt for the dues. They want to do an inspection. I'm wondering if anybody would want to volunteer to be there. If not, then I will. I didn't set it up there. Sometime next week.
If I can make it on.
Well, they're waiting on us.
What's that?
They're waiting on us. So I'll just make it for, let's say, for Wednesday, 10 o'clock. If you can make it, I'll make sure that I have the day off, the time off. So, you want to look through the application? Everything now is online. You don't have to go down there, even if you're a resident. If you want to make get a permit from the county now, you can just go online and take a peek at all that stuff.
John, who's coming up?
Joe.
Joe and Randy, or just Joe?
Yep, Joe. Just Joe. So that's done, that's on its way. BZA appointment we've done. Susan, this might fall under you, but I'll bring it up. The flagpole maintenance, we have a lot of torn up flags from all the wind and we need to get that done. And I'm thinking that I'd like to get everything rewrote. Some of that one at the school is brittle. I'm afraid it's going to break. So, do you have you know of anybody that does that? Should contact the flag store, or do you know of anybody? Does Lonnie still?
Yeah, not, sometimes we should ask Cub Scouts, sometimes they do that as a project.
So the ropes have to be, I think, changed. And then we need to order flags. How much do we have on that?
For the Veterans
Yeah.
Memorial, 1,097,
I have a brochure from Tim, Julie, to give to you, in reference to the flags, purchasing flags.
Yeah.
Because he's been doing it, and
Yeah, that's why I thought you did it.
I just want to give it to you so you can set them up as a vendor, and the guys could do whatever.
So we need all the service flags. We need the Yeah, we need the POWs.
Right. Well, the one flag covers all, not the new one that Tim went to, it covers all the branches.
So, okay, so we'll let, so ask him if he knows someone that can rewrote.
Yeah, I think the Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts might do that as a project.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, just wanted to let you guys know that the flags are in pretty bad shape. We'd like to get them all done by Memorial Day. The new keypad we talked about, I have it, I just haven't installed it. And that's going to be entrance to the Civic Center from the other side. NOPEC. Julia, did we get a check from them for the,
Not as a,
okay, so they just opened on the 29th.
mm,
So, I filled out the contract for the 2024. And signed that today. So everything, I put everything in the section. So, I'll give you this, I don't know if it needs a notary or not. So this is that. I have our new amount. Our new amount for 2024 is going to be $84.19. Okay, we have funds available for distribution. We have $15,149.75 in there. We also have an expiring balance, October 31st, for $5,331.75. That's all from NOPEC. We're going to also get the community grant for the Easter egg hunt, and that's going to be done by Tom. So that's what we got for her.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank you.
Hi, Carol, thank you. And so you want this?
Yeah.
Okay, filling out the new, for our risk insurance. This is going to go over to Mark. There's a couple of things here, Matt, that you want to look at. On the bottom there, they said that we, alcohol drug testing, and then there's for CDL stuff. So, have we done any of those?
That is in the handbook, it just has not been enforced. So, it's in the handbook.
So
Do
should I
they
get
get a
it?
physical every year?
So we should, what's that,
Do they get a physical every year?
with the CDL they have,
What?
state, commission gets the CDL.
I think they're responsible for their CDLs,
Yeah.
right? Not us.
Correct.
But,
Yeah, we should be doing this, so I'll make sure it gets done.
well, he wants that. He wants that. I don't think we got any new equipment. Did we got any new equipment except for the, did we buy the
Yeah.
tractor last year?
Yes.
We added that before, I believe,
Yeah.
it renewed.
Matt, do you have any, you know of anybody that's got are we gonna seek that, what was that other insurance company?
Love Insurance?
Yeah.
Out of Chardon?
I know they didn't come through last year, so.
No, because there was a glitch in timing. We only gave like a month. What was the due date on that?
He wants it
It's July, isn't it?
June.
June 1st.
Yeah.
June 1st,
Okay,
okay.
yeah, Mark wants it like the 15th of the month.
Yeah. So before we send that back, you definitely want to make a copy of that so we can place apples to apples.
Yeah, you want me to, I'll scan this and send a copy to everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hand this in just yet.
Right.
I want everybody to take a peek at it and make sure we're all safe.
Well, if you're gonna scan it, yeah, and send that to me, John, but I think I actually have that. That was on his email, wasn't it, from Mark? The policy? Yeah.
Yeah, he had 3 attachments.
Yep. Yeah.
Another receipt for Julia. Julia, this is the Microsoft 365. So I know you're gonna be hunting me up for that. So. So, Matt, do you want to, maybe we should talk about that now. So, some of our residents down on State Route 82, toward the town line, on the south side of the street, are a little bit nervous about the new bike and hike trail that's coming through.
That is correct.
All the years that land has been empty, they have been accustomed to being able to go out back, shoot their rifles, camp out, do all that stuff. Some of the people that are on Pioneer Trail as well, their land butts up against that trail. So now Aurora is coming through there. I was not aware of all the property that Aurora, Ohio owns along that bed. And I mean big properties. So from what I understand now, they're telling our residents, hey, this is a Aurora property, park property, and we don't want you doing what you're accustomed to do. Correct?
That is correct.
So we just wanted everybody to know, especially our residents, that Aurora owns massive amounts of property in Manaway Township. I don't know what that's going to lead to, probably nothing. But we would like, I would like the board to know that our residents are concerned and upset. I don't know if there's anything we can do about it, but we did want to bring that out in the open.
Yeah. The reason that it got brought up is because we made 2 resolutions supporting, last year when they came here, to ask us for their support so they could get a grant to City of Aurora, wanted to get a grant to, from the state or federal government to buy property and make the trail happen. And Parks and Recs were here from Portage County as well and spoke. So we did that, just that. We gave a resolution supporting them so they could get a grant. We did not support them to say that they could tell our taxpayers in Manaway Township that they cannot use their land for hunting and paintballing and things like that of that nature. And that's what's being said. This is not the first time it happened on 82. It's also happened to a fellow on Pioneer Trail that said that he was told by the ranger that he could not use his property for hunting and firing his weapon. And I think that's wrong. I don't support that. I think the person that owns the property should be able to do what they want with it. I'm all for Parks and Rec, don't get me wrong, but it's a great thing. It brings the communities together. But I think that the man should be able to use his property like he wants to use his property. And not have to worry about because he shoots a bow and arrow or he shoots a paintball that he's gonna hurt somebody on the trail. And we have one fellow that's it's kind of a weird situation because he owns property on both sides of the trail. So he can't use his property on the other side of the trail. So anyhow, we just want our residents to know that we do support them, and if there's something we can do, we will certainly help them in any way we can. But it could be a civil matter with them. I can't imagine Aurora having any really authority just because they own property in Manaway Township. I don't think that gives them authority to do anything other than they bought property in Manaway Township. So.
I'm not sure about the resolution. I think the resolution we gave to acquire the grant was for Portage County, not.
I think it was for World War II. I do believe it was both. It was two of them.
There was two of them, but I read one of them, and I don't.
Yeah.
They're two different resolutions.
That's
Yes.
correct. Yes, there was one for Portage County and one for the city.
Yeah, and they're worded different.
What's that?
They're worded different.
Yes. Yeah, they were. Yeah.
So we may want to take one. But anyway, to my surprise, I didn't know how much land that Aurora owns in Manaway Township.
And there is.
They just bought the railroad right away, right?
Correct.
They didn't buy.
Well, no, they bought other property too then.
Pardon?
They bought other property.
No, that's not. I'm not talking about the railroad bed. That's not nothing to do with it. Everything on the south side of that railroad bed, from Chamberlain Road to Town Line, is owned by Aurora. And I'm talking probably 100 acres.
Okay, because Portage Parks owns the 95 acres right off of Chamberlain there.
Yeah, going
South there.
going east of Chamberlain.
Right, now heading west of Chamberlain.
I think the first parcel you're correct.
Yeah, there's 95 acres in there, it's under conservation district.
Yeah, and then Chris Santon, I'm gonna get his name away. Chris Santon is the one that has property on the other side of that hiking bike trail as well. And then I think Aurora butts up to that.
Okay, but
So if anybody's interested, they can go on the county's
Website.
auditor's site, and they can see for themselves. But it's a massive amount of land that Aurora owns in Manaway Township. Not the park system. The city of Aurora owns it. So I don't know if they're planning on encroaching more. I don't think it's an annexation kind of deal. It's something that would surprise me big time. So anyway, I just wanted to make it public. We do support our residents, and we do support the park. But had we known, we may have not made that. We may have not made that decision. So.
I will find this, hang on one second, from Chris.
I had the maps read and I didn't bring them. I should have.
Let's see, John, I'll find this here, because there's a meeting in Aurora. It's on the 7th of February, but I'm not sure what time it is. I'll tell you in a second. Okay, I got it right here. There's a meeting, it says Planning Commission Public Hearing Wednesday, February 7th, 2024, 6:30 p.m. at the City Hall. Conditional zoning certificate, public outdoor recreation. So I have no idea if that ties into any of what they're trying to do here. I don't know that. But I would advise our people or anybody has any questions about what Aurora has done or purchased should attend that meeting probably and ask some questions.
That all started with First Energy and
Railroad.
putting the poles on the railroad that First Energy wanted. Aurora started making a stink about it and wanted to take those poles and move them up Crockle Road into Manawee Township, and we kind of put up a fight with that. But I think it was all a ruse anyway, and this is the way it was going to be. And I'll have to look at those maps and see what the purchase date of that properties were. But those are owned by Aurora and not Park System. Kind of weird.
Question on that. Aurora is a city. Do they pay taxes to the township for the property they own?
No, they pay property taxes to the county. I don't pay no property taxes on us.
We have taxes on my tax bill for the township.
Yeah, everybody's does.
It should be. I would think that should be checked.
But you don't pay the property taxes. You don't pay Manawee Township.
Well, part of your assessment,
Your
part of
property.
your assessment comes to the
Yeah, I agree with
township.
that, but you don't write the check to Manawee Township.
No,
You write it to the county and the county divvies it up.
it gives it back to you. Now what about Aurora?
Not much.
Well, no,
We
but
get 7%.
Frank, I get it. I know
But
what you're
my point is, as Aurora expands, that tax money that goes to the county, do they actually pay it? Or because they're a city, they don't have to?
Well, just the way we go, the land we own, we don't pay
Right.
the same rate as you and I do.
Yeah,
The township rate is like,
yeah.
so that's a good point. I'd like
Because they're gonna buy more land, I can guarantee it.
saying. They will.
The next thing they're gonna wanna do,
Annex.
bingo,
No, they can't add, there's nothing for them to annex.
tell me about it.
There isn't, not along there, there's no, you couldn't,
There is, if you want to put a development in there, you could certainly do that.
Yep,
well, yeah, they have to just call the zoning inspector and see if they have
Well, hell, you don't care, you don't live in this district.
I did have a call from the planning lady from Aurora. I can't remember, it was about something with they have railroad bed, right?
Yeah.
If a permit or something was needed or anything had to go through for a path. So I don't think for a path, it's not a structure.
Well, that's what I think you said, with the park, with that meeting. I think we owe it to ourselves to attend that meeting.
Oh, sure.
I don't,
now you're changing zoning. Public use.
yeah, never even thought of it. And how would they the only way so their properties are landlocked, other than approach from the,
From the west to the,
not, but only approached from the trail. There's no other way to get on that property. Because don't forget, that butts right up against, so Town Line, on the other side of Town Line is that housing development.
right.
You
But if
can't
they-
go,
If they own property off of that, they'll use their property to do their egress off of whatever road they built about property.
if you look at the map again, it's all landlocked, like it.
You sure?
Have to look.
Okay, yeah. Let's look at that road. What's the name of the road?
That development?
Yeah. It's the first one you come to. Yeah, you're going west.
On the left,
Yeah, correct.
yeah, it's on, yeah.
Green tree,
Yeah, green.
Greenbrier.
Greenbrier.
Yeah.
And I've heard something on the wind about going, like, over that road going somewhere.
Well, if you look at the map, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's kind of joint Parks and Recs.
Mhm.
So, anyway, we'll keep an eye on it. And I think that's all I got. I think that's all I got for new business. I got a couple other things I'll wait till old business. So, Rich Gano's here, for a report, I believe.
Well, thank you, Board. Did you just come by to say hi, or?
Yeah, just come by to say hi before I went home and got something to eat. We had 2 permits for the year already. We've had our yeah, I warned you, our variance hearing, it didn't go in the resident's favor, and he is quite sour, as I've let you know in an email. The time frame on when this is going to get moved is going to be interesting. I think I would expect problems all the way through with him, and you would understand if you'd have been there. I guess the next thing is going to be, well, if he doesn't move it, we'll tow it with him in it if he wants to.
He's bigger than all of us.
Yeah.
So yeah, he wasn't happy with that decision. He blamed me because I knew he was going to lose and he wants his money back. So we have that. I had 2 permits so far. I've set up paperwork. I'm waiting for the permit to come for another variance for Timber Point, the first place there. And when you come in on the right, and they're going to exceed want to exceed their 40% land, and they've already bought the land.
Oh,
So, and to 60%. So that's coming down the wire. Right across the street here, a gentleman built a shed out front, a metal building. Didn't know he had to have a permit. So the road supervisor told me he didn't have to have them. So he's going to have to apply, he's going to get denied, and he's also going to come in front of the board with his hardship if he can't get around back because it slopes off. But you can see this nice little green right
What's
across.
wrong with the pile of wood in front?
Probably.
so you build an outbuilding in front of his house?
Yeah, there's 2 things. Yeah, no permits in front of the house. So it has to be equal to the one behind. So he's called and checked up a couple times. Let's almost get through the first of the year and like the debacle we had to deal with the last character, gentleman, I should say. Letters that went out for the dismantled semi-truck that's now missing off Pioneer Trail. Next will be the box container as storage. It's no different than what we had on Vaughan Road. And they're not too happy there was complaints about this, and they don't like that it's, the anonymity of it. But it worked well, nice folks. Talked to Brett, finally caught up with me in a bunch of things, down a little farther, Pioneer before Chamberlain. There's been nothing. I got some pictures and sent him. There's not even no plates on the cars. He sent him a letter before. He says, he used to send me a letter, but he would send that. And I don't even see that, so I don't know if it was really real. I'm not saying he's not telling me the truth. But they're just a complete disregard for the zoning code. So I sent him yesterday or today the pictures and said, no, it's still in non-compliance. Let's move on that. Down here in Hanway Center, we have the chicken farmer who's added on to his building with no permit. And I sent him a letter, and he didn't, what's this about? He's like, I said, not for the extension you put on. I said, you just do what you want to do. Now I'm getting aggravated. You just do what you want to do. I told you to get this trailer. I told you no trucking company would come because it's too late. I said, but the day I went back there, Mike, and drove my little Ford Escape back into the back to look at your new extension you put on with no permit, the ground was frozen solid. And I left you a voicemail during that time. So if it's muddy now, you have about 10 days. And I just told Brett, cite him anyways. It's like,
Now, who is this, Rich?
Mike, Bugark. So he just keeps adding and doing, and then next one, okay. Do you have a question? I'm sorry. No. Oh, okay. So those are all, I just, tell Brett, write them, cite them, write them. The other folks up here who inherited or bought Dad's property, whatever, weren't happy that, weren't able to see from the road. Instead of saying we planted our 1942 Mercury, I was supposed to see that. And I said, well, you probably might have seen the email. I said, that's fine, I'll tell the prosecutor to drop that, but you still have car parts, the front end of the truck, and debris all over the place, so we still have issues. And the email kicked back to me, I don't know. I told Brett, as far as the car, it's in compliance, you can stop whatever. They also accused me of harassing them.
Is that Manaway or Pine Trail and down?
It is. They must have got some of the email because the front of the truck is behind the building, it's not covered with a tarp. So part of that got taken. Numerous phone calls about everything else that you could imagine, and I'm just waiting to get these follow-ups from Brett. If not, maybe, I hate to burden the township with fees, and I know we've taken on private counsel. And it's from my quarterly zoning inspector meeting last Thursday. We are not the only ones having this problem. Many people, it was hosted in Ritztown, and they just have their own counsel regardless. I'm not sure you're offending them whatsoever, it's less off their plate. But a lot of them are saying, are you not getting callbacks? No, emails? No. I thought it was just me. It was the whole room filled with zoning inspectors and assistants and the like.
I know. We don't, all this stuff too, Rich, we have no authority, we,
Right?
what do you do?
Have you talked
yeah.
to the chief prosecutor?
Well, someone should, maybe up higher than me. I mean, I hate to get the guy in trouble, but
If he's not doing his job
Yeah.
and we're paying him his salary, everybody has a right to complain.
well, that's why I'm asking you, has anybody called Chris or
Yeah?
Vic?
Yeah. I
about
totally.
Excuse me, we've won cases in court. And a landscaping company on 82 won twice. And they're still doing we can't go over there and knock on the door and put handcuffs on.
No,
So
anything
what do
higher up.
What do we do?
The hand needs to be forced to start the charges, and, if you're not gonna work, the letter usually does it coming from them. And I do try, he wants proof of that, so I always send, here's what I've sent John Doe. I just don't want to think, hey, I drove by and see that. You take care of that, Mr. Prosecutor. Here's what I've tried, here's twice that I tried. Twice with him, the last one was, the 30th of 2 months prior, October, for Mike down here. So it wasn't the first time about the trailers. And then I do something, and then you don't hear anything for a while. And I finally caught up to I made a very nice zoning flow chart, and I'll share it with everybody, especially for the commission, because there's so many days by law that you have once you get the paperwork, the time starts. It's a real cool flow chart, so I just gave that to Wyndham tonight, but that's another story. But he finally said, yeah, that looks good, and we've had it for over 3 weeks. I don't see no more problem with your flow chart. Is there anything else? I'm trying to think of, well, then I sit back down, and I'm like, oh yeah, there was this, and that. So it's getting aggravating. I mean, I know since I've been here, it'll be 4 years, and I've still never, what was the place? Maybe it's the same one you're talking about on 82 past Stanton.
Enterprise.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mentioned their name so much, I don't want to mention it.
Yeah,
And even then, the prosecutor wants you to make a deal with the violator. They want you to make a deal with the guy that's in violation. And there's no fear.
No, there's nothing. There's no reason to be. Because it's going to play down there towards the end. I thought a year ago at this time, I was going to the Township Winter Conference, and the same day that I left, I had a search warrant in hiring for someone. And I took pictures of the sheriff's car and some of the junk cars and got a glimpse of the house and kind of thanked the sheriff and put it on Facebook just to let people know this happens. You ain't gonna get a search warrant for my junk car. You're not. Yeah, I am. Someone turned it in and they called the sheriff on me because I embarrassed them. So
I know.
it doesn't matter. They couldn't do nothing. They don't come to me. They go to my 2 trustees, mom and dad. And shame on your 56-year-old son. Don't come talk to me saying you shouldn't do that. But anyway, so there's no threat, there's no power. I can go on forever, but I'm trying. I know people think that don't, and my hands are tied. There's no more that I can do until charges were to come or something that they.
Yeah, and we don't, and we certainly don't we certainly don't blame you for anything.
Oh, I know, but it's frustrating, it's
Yeah, on your
frustrating.
end, I know.
Yeah, I mean, I said, I'd love to use, what was Murdoch more than, than we had.
Well, Murdoch's the same, Murdoch could write as many pieces of paper as he wants to.
Yeah.
But if the guy takes the paper and throws it in the garbage.
Yeah, well, then there's nothing, after, if it is, you're waiting and waiting and waiting for, the guy that I just told you about and hiring with the cars, it was 6 months. 6 months since I said, okay, here's the report before, okay, now what are we gonna do with it? 6 months.
I don't know.
And it's, well, like Terry said, maybe it's time people go a little higher, the guy's overwhelmed, I don't know. He's a very nice person, maybe he's overwhelmed, I don't know what his day looks like, but communication, when I heard that in the quarterly meeting last week, it was,
I think the more people, so I have complained to Chris Maduri about Brett. I'm like, because from when I work with Brett, or I see documents that Brett does, so like the zoning, the levy paperwork, the resolutions and that sort of thing go through Brett, and they're awful. They're not compliant. I have to fix them all the time. And I had a conversation with Chris and I said, this is not, stuff is not happening. And it's not just this, it's, whatever. But that was probably 6 months ago that I had that conversation with him.
what does he say?
He just says he'll look into it. But, they're very, based on my experience with them, with lawsuits that like the Board of Elections gets sued periodically. They're very conservative, like to the point of snail's pace conservative. Because I know that the thing with the trucking company is still going around. There's still a lawsuit pending for the,
Studer?
Studer. There's
But
no,
what do you do?
there's no merit to it. Well, I think the only thing I would suggest is the more people who complain to Chris Maduri and or Vic, the better. Because if it's just me who, I'm just one person, but if there are, townships that complain and zoning inspectors that complain, at some point in time, something's gonna have to happen. Now, potentially, Vic may not care because he's on his way out and there will be a new prosecutor. And I don't know her. My only interaction with her was not pleasant, but I just think that's what has to happen. People have to continually complain. And I think that it can't just be verbal. I think it needs to be in writing, so you have documentation, because that's what they're going to need if they're going to get rid of somebody. They need to have that documentation. And so, like, when you're asking him questions, like you said, you sent your spreadsheet, like, it's gonna take, like, the first of the month, you send him these are all the things I'm waiting to hear from you on. What's the status of blah, 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 blah. And if you, take off the ones that they address the first of the month, send your list again. Because otherwise, how are you gonna prove anything? Not that that is your responsibility, but unless you have paperwork, a trail, exactly. That's why our minutes for our meetings are 10, 15 pages long, because we're making a paper trail. It's unfortunate. Chris was busy as well,
He kept up.
but he kept up.
He did.
Does Brett have any assistants that work under him, or they have any law
No.
clerks there?
They don't, no, have you been to his office?
Yes,
It doesn't Like literally, you would have to physically light a fire under his ass for him to look like he's busy or, I mean, potentially that's his personality, but he doesn't ever look like he's busy. He never is like, oh yeah, never. Like he's like, I put in my 8 hours, I go home and that's all there is to it, which is fine, but that's not how shit works.
No, well, you know, Portage County has came a long, long way. There's more happening in Portage County than people realize. The building, the commercial aspect, everything. And I don't think that the county's money has kept up. I don't think that they're funded enough.
Oh, the prosecutor's office?
Yeah.
Oh, I would
I don't
say-
see how they could even.
I would go further than that to say that departments in the county are not funded very well at all. Most of the people so the cost of living, change for 2024 was something around 2 to 3%. And most of the people in the township, or in the county got a 1.25% increase. That didn't even cover the increase that we have to pay in health insurance.
Right.
So, yeah,
Well, I could tell you that this board would have no problem making resolutions that would help with our problem. So if zoning would like a resolution to act on certain things, we have no problem to do that. But the problem that I have is I know it's going to go there.
and it just sits. It sits. I mean, the thing with Studer, it's on the conditional use issue, which was probably 3 years ago. And we have a settlement agreement. That should negate all of that. There should have been a motion to dismiss and a motion for summary judgment filed a long time ago. Now we're dicking around with they had an arbitration, I guess, that you went to, was the last I heard.
Well, he wanted an extra.
10 years.
He wanted an extra 7 hours a week, and I said, no way, we're not gonna. You're not even compliance what you have to do.
Yeah.
And what's to stop them from doing it?
Well, the only, I mean,
he could, what are we gonna do? He's
All we
gonna
can
camp
do-
out?
all that the people in Manaway Township can do is their jobs.
Right.
Much like Rich does his job, paper it, document it. We've done everything that we can because the responsibility, at least I see my responsibility, is to the people who live in the township. And so if we keep pushing forward for what needs to be done in the township, then if it falls on on unfertile ground, then that's not our problem and or fault. That's the prosecutor's problem.
I think the prosecutor is the one you gotta tell him about Brett problems. Because Brett works for the prosecutor.
Rigalucci?
He
And
does.
hopefully, the new one, whoever's new coming in, you know they're gonna do changes with the personnel. And who knows?
They may or they may not. I mean,
Right.
they may or may not, potentially, it depends. I mean,
Yeah.
so Connie Lewandowski is the only person who's running for prosecutor, and she's a prosecutor now, so she knows all of those people.
I think she's the one you're gonna have to put pressure on, and then she in turn, down the
Yeah.
ladder.
I don't think the prosecutor's office has the money or the capability to take all of these cases to court.
Is Manaway
And they'll
Township,
do anything that they can.
is Manaway Township the only one with problems?
No, everybody has.
Then your association should get under the
Well, that's the way
prosecutor.
I look at it. Townships are 51% of the votes in this county, and that they should use it.
Yeah.
And we have a Portage County Township Association.
That's what I'm talking
They're the
about.
ones that should be pushing the envelopes.
Yep.
Anyway, so we can talk like forever on this. You do a great job, Rich.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know what else we can, as a township, we have to do what we can.
Well, in closing, and I won't take long, I kind of wonder if, after that forum with the zoning inspectors at the last meeting, if something didn't get back. It was funny, the next day, here's your flow chart, it looks great, and I call them about something, and anything else, I got this, that, anything else, and I'm like, whoa, I just kind of wonder something. And I wanted to say, boy, your name was a hot topic, but I'm cautious because I'm in litigation with the county, so I don't want any of that. And I like him personally, but it's frustrating when people get in, are you doing anything? I'm trying. I'm as far as I can go, my capability. And one of the things they brought up at regional planning, not regional planning, but Todd brought up is it's got initials. I didn't bring the paperwork, I should have. It's the new and improved thing, and I don't care for it. It's coming here, it's in other states where you have an accessory building and then you have a dwelling with it too, for mom or kids just out of school. Then what happens when they pass or the kids graduate with their own families is you have a rental in my eyes, So they're coming along, it's an AGC, AGD, ACD or something, so there wasn't a lot of talk, and it was enough for me to go, that's what we don't need. So, any questions for me, anyone?
I have one question. Oh, sorry.
The big venue, go ahead. No, you go. The big venue on Town Line Road.
Oh, thank you. I forgot. That was interesting too, because this is good stuff. He's going to apply for a regular accessory building, and nothing I can do about that. But the bank lender, lady walked through there. She can't share me the pictures yet because they're working for him. And she said it's got shower quarters, it's got a bar, it's got a kitchen.
We know where that's going.
Yeah, and I told the builder this isn't going to be this again. We're not having this. And I said, I see a deck on the back. I said, I just can't understand why we're treating our livestock so nice, Air conditioning, furnace. So the owner who's in Florida called me and said, I just didn't want to deal with the county inspection. I said, he's really not agriculture. I said, I can't get the agricultural exemption. I said, he said, it's just a workshop for me. It's not 3-phase power, but it is 240. I want to workshop there. If I want to sleep there the night, I can do that. And I said, well, I hope. So I got his application yesterday. And if he says the accessory, he has enough acreage for it. And I just try to keep an eye on it as best I can.
So is it going to be another wedding barn?
He says no, and the builder says no. But when you have the nice gazebo on the lake and the beautiful view, and they put mounds up until you go back to the blacktop all the way back driveway. I said, they told the builder, tell your boss, your resident, he can't live there because the gentleman who lives in the house up front has rights to stay there until he's deceased. So then if he wants, he can take the house down, he can live in his barn. Maybe that's what he plans on doing then. I said, but you can't have 2 dwellings on one parcel, so to tell him that. I did talk to the guy, Jim McHale or something, real nice to work with. He sent me his stuff, the builder, engineer, he's got an engineer giving me property plot drawings. I don't know why. I'm supposed to get them, and best I can do, he'll get an accessory building permit. At least it beats the agricultural end of it, because now he's going to go through the inspections with Portage County that he really wasn't looking forward to. I'm sure it's well done, I just didn't want to deal with that, so I thought he would ag around it like a lot of people.
Right, so why can't he do that? He could do that, couldn't he? Ag permit, couldn't he do that?
He could have, but he already told me that there's no
no end.
no animals, no nothing. And then the lady who walked through said, it's pretty late out in here.
Kind of like the other place.
I'm like, well, I hear you. That lady, she's trying to nail me all the time. I said, well, it's not, I don't see the agricultural in this, But he said, all right. And so he's doing it the right way. What happens there from that? We have to watch. At least we know that the county at least is going to get inspected. At the end of the day, it's for safety. They say ag, and okay, you got it, and they build it themselves, and their cousins on the weekends over a few 12-packs, a keg of beer, and they're all dancing on the floor, and it falls in, and people die because it's negated from any county inspections. You're a farm. At least this way, if it is such, or anything, it's done right.
Real quick.
Perfect.
We just had a board of building appeals for a party, and I think it was Randolph. And we made a stipulation on no bathroom facilities in the accessory building, and no air conditioning. And we were able to do that legally through our Board of Appeals by putting these extra stipulations on. For ag business, what do you need a bathroom for? Put that in your recommendation for Board of Appeals. No bathroom facilities, no air conditioning.
Well, there are some rules about plumbing and electric in accessory buildings.
Yes.
In the, the things section that applies to everybody, to all whatevers.
You don't need a bathroom for animals.
True.
This
Well,
is
you
the
would-
big thing.
But you need a bathroom for weddings.
Wherever.
Yeah.
That's,
So,
not because they're here, these folks are doing it right, they actually have workable land that they're using in farming for what they do. You always go, well, that's right, because they're a working farm, they're doing what they're supposed to do. I didn't mean you by talking about it, it's the.
If somebody put up a building that had a bathroom in it, agricultural, farmer's market, they have to, it's a public building, they have to have a bathroom. So that's an agricultural building. So you can't say no bathroom in an agricultural building, because you have to have some for somebody to use.
But if you made it a conditional part of, maybe like the conditional use section in the zoning, that way it would at least have to have,
Permits.
well, it would, yeah, they would go to him for a permit and he'd be like, you have to request a conditional use. And then it would at least come to somebody, the BZA, and they would look at it and say, what are you actually doing here?
Yeah. For further detail.
The only thing I can tell you is our attorney, the prosecutor, says there's no problem with our recommendation. No bathroom, no AC. So what's the difference here?
All right, guys, we still have a bunch of stuff to do. Rich, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, one more thing. I got a call today from a company about
Your phone number?
about 330-274.
Give me your number, I'm like.
9663. So his Marietta is this guy owns some kind of tech company that he buys all these phone numbers. I don't know what he does, but he called me and said, hey, what do you guys got, you have this on your website. It's not on there anymore. I took it off today. But did we get rid of it?
We haven't had it since I've been here.
Do you think, I think that Spectrum, when we went with Spectrum, we took this one out. So anyway, I just wanted you to know that I took care of that.
Thank you.
And I will call him and tell him it's off the website. He says, if you guys want that back, I don't see a problem. I said, nah, I don't think so. I mean, it was nice to have one, we did, because it was 274 zone.
Yeah.
I mean, it was okay, it was nice when but technology caught up with it.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you, Rich.
All right,
Appreciate it.
thank you.
All right.
Thanks. See you soon, unfortunately.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Okay. Sue Lily. Yeah. Oh. It's all way up here.
I'm still waiting on some quotes from the town hall. I have a meeting with Todd for my playground grant Tuesday, I believe. Oh, yes, Tuesday. Grant is actually due by June, so I should be good to go.
Thanks.
Not gonna miss it. And let me put down the schedule. So I was looking into raising our prices on our buildings. Quite honestly, $125 is still the cheapest rates we have. Doesn't cover our heating, our cooling, or anything. Tim's, lights going down, water getting, everything.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I think that we need to raise them. I didn't want to go overboard with raising them. But $125 is very cheap for a building all that. So I was thinking of raising it up to 200. But we don't have to make a decision today, I want you guys to think about it. I just think that we have the facility, I mean, we can even do a discount to Manway
Christmas.
Township residents. You know, keep the fee at that for them, but, you know, anybody else, I think we can go up, I mean, it's just something to think about. And
We
I'd
should
like to-
we should also think about cemetery rates too.
Yes, I agree with you on that. I want to get together with the cemetery committee, because there was a committee. And now that we have a new sexton, I'd like her input too. So I'll have to give her a call, see what time we can all meet. Go over all the rates and all that.
So the problem I see with our rates for the cemetery is Saturday rates.
Yeah, well, I did make a note from listening to Brian and Dan, they didn't want to go after noon. Try to keep it before noon, which we could do. So it could be something we can add. I mean, do you guys have any problem with me, with the rates?
No, not at all. Should have been raised like that. What's the, how many people, residents opposed to non-residents, rent our buildings?
There's probably more people that rent that school from Garrettsville than from that.
Because we're cheap.
Okay, so.
And they always say, oh, is there a discount for, does it cost more because we're out? And I'm like, no. So,
Guess what?
the only thing is, I knew this was coming because you texted me and I counted, and I have 25 bookings from now till the end of this year.
It's fine, because we wouldn't change the rate on those people, it would just.
So, after you decide,
Yeah,
then you'll
then
say
I'll
from now
change.
on, but everybody I got in the book.
It's,
okay.
it's fine at that rate, yeah,
Okay.
we can't change it on them then. But, I mean, you want to think about it, or should we just go ahead and?
No, I think we should, and I think we should be, we should research this. I think we should be even with our peers.
Okay.
There's a reason why Garrettsville's coming here.
Yeah, and I did that as well, I'll look at that.
Yeah.
I did, but that was.
I did too, a couple of years ago,
I don't
so
think
I'll go through it.
I don't think $200 is,
I don't think it's,
you
I think we're
can
still
barely
gonna
go
be
out for dinner.
Right,
but I think
and even the wedding venues and stuff like that should be cranked up a little bit.
See, I can't find that original paper.
I got that somewhere.
Do you?
Do we charge the same for every event?
Because that's how.
Yeah, it's 125 for the day,
Right, and that's the way
No
it
matter
should be.
what it is.
no matter what building.
Okay, so was there anything about weddings or anything?
I've never seen anything about weddings.
We used to have a schedule.
Yeah.
Every different thing you could do.
Yeah.
Weddings, party,
birthday,
yeah, birthday,
shower.
Yeah, I've never seen
See, I
it.
think
No,
that's
that's
changed.
that was before you.
Yeah.
Way before.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's all changed.
Real quick,
We
Fred.
just did a,
I think that if you've got a fundraiser and you're making money, you should pay more than somebody that's got a wedding or something like that. That's my opinion.
Yep, that's a good opinion. Okay, anything else, Susan?
no, that'll be.
Okay,
Matthew?
here we go. First and foremost, on the cemetery deposit. Okay, she texted me today, or emailed me today, and said that she received the $2,500 yesterday or today. Yesterday, I think it was. So,
Okay, Middlefield.
so my question, where does she come up with the 8,000?
That's the total bill.
That's the total.
I know, but that's what she was actually.
Yeah, I didn't understand, because we,
No, we made
in December, we made
I
it.
know.
Yeah.
I made the agreement with her, I got emails.
Yeah, I know, and she turned around and said 8,000 to me.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we owe, that was.
Because she wanted the deposit
She wanted the deposit.
for 8,000. That was a total bill.
No, I told her 25%, actually.
Okay, but the
You
email
gave
she
her a
sent
little
me.
bit more.
We agree, you guys agree?
Yeah, okay,
with
well, you want me to send her an email?
No, she said she got the money today or yesterday.
Yeah.
2,500.
Well, she wants to get paid.
Well, I don't want to follow that, but she originally sent us an email saying she wanted 8,000.
She's
Yeah.
confused.
No, she didn't get 8,000. But she emailed.
That's not a deposit.
Yeah, no, that's paying the full. All right, so that's done.
Thanks for bringing it up.
Yeah. Fire department report, nothing really going on there. They're allocating to hire another full-time person The new engine will be in March. That's all for that. Sewer update, talked to CT, we're still in the design phase. Hopefully that comes to an end quickly. John, you have applications down there.
I'm sorry.
You have applications down beside my update.
No, I just put that together, I don't know why.
Okay, that's cool.
It just went along with
Right.
the sewer project.
Okay, so road report is kind of confusing, but kind of not. Go through this. We applied for the OPWC money last year for a resurface or leveling course for Pioneer Trail from Manor Center Road to Peck Road. We were number 7 on the list. We got denied, we're number 7. However, even though you're denied, doesn't mean you can't come up if people return funding, then you would way back on the list, and we did. Mike Collins called me last week and said that we are number 1 on the list. We have up until May to collect money, or he does, from like 3 or 4 counties. I'm not sure what all is in the Portage region, but right now, he's got $70,000 in the bank, plus another 30 coming from Charlestown, so it's 100,000. And I think he just needs 100,000, which he thinks he'll get by May. And then we'll have to match whatever our matching part of that was. Julie, I have to go back into the original documents. What's that?
25%. Oh, no, that's the state.
It's probably 200,000.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
252.
Yeah, something like that, total. So anyhow, we're number 1 on the list, and he thinks that he's gonna get plenty of money back in by May 1st. He recommends that we go with our chip and seal program, just in case we don't get this, at least we'll have our roads and they can go out to bid for the chip and seal for the ones that we're going to do in the township. But the township roads are pretty good shape, they really are. So, pretty happy with that. Now, I can't tell you what they're gonna be like in May with the weather, but who knows? But we'll do our due diligence, we'll get some roads that lined up that we can go out and have bids taken for chip and seal. And if the OPW money comes in, then we'll scratch that and do the OPC money for Pioneer Trail. And it's bad, it's really bad. So,
Are we still up for the state? Remember that state, that second one for 25%? But he said it probably wouldn't be before the summer.
right, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I do believe, yes.
I'm sorry.
I do believe so,
Okay.
yes, yeah. Yep. And then he said also there was some other local funding grants, but it's more for infrastructure, but he said that, good luck, again, he said it's a lot, he does the paperwork, said it's a lot of paperwork on their end for the little that you're gonna get out of it. So, but I was just hoping the LPWC money comes in, and it looks like it's gonna happen, so. So that's that. Road levy.
That's time to
Yeah,
go.
that's next year.
Yeah.
Township garage updates, and I'll just keep going. Township garage, like, talked to those guys. The hot water heater's in, the pressure tank is in, so really they're moving pretty good on it. They just need to put the toilet in and do some plumbing. They'll get it done. They wanted to do some patching like they did. You heard Brian earlier say that they were doing patching and things like that. So that's done. Otama, I applied for the grant. I haven't heard anything from Otama as far as the safety grant that they award. So, that's it.
Matt, did they, on that grant, did they want a paid invoice before they sent us?
Otama?
Yeah.
No, they said, no, we haven't got it awarded yet. Normally they send you things saying you've been awarded, but they haven't got that.
I haven't received.
So, yeah, I haven't, and I don't, and maybe we didn't get awarded this time around. I don't know.
Everybody in the retirement gets that. So I'm not saying that, maybe we fell through the crack this time.
Yeah,
I can keep a better eye on it for next
I
time.
can resubmit it again. If I'm not
Then
wrong.
they'll use it for this year.
Yeah,
So, all right, we'll keep it up.
yeah, just see where it goes. Yeah, I was doing the safety check, it's not the best, but the safety check for all township officials.
All right, I want to, are you done?
I can.
No.
Oh, we're good. We're good.
I wanted to go a little further on the cemetery survey. I got some samples of the plot markers. Okay, they have 3-inch and 3.5-inch ones. I got the first batch, but those are forged aluminum, and you're putting a iron, whatever the heck they call it, rebar.
Yeah, okay.
You put that, and it's got a plastic piece that you put it in there, and it's not coming out. I don't know if the aluminum would be good. Yeah, it'd be good for 15, 20 years.
Yeah, it's kind of oxidized.
But then it oxidizes.
Yeah. They don't have.
So now I sent another for the stainless steel, and I think we're gonna get that. I should have that for the next meeting. But we're not ready to do that yet. I think we still need to have someone come out there, just that, plant the grass and everything.
Yeah. I think Todd was gonna visit in spring, and John, to what you're saying, do yourself a favor and get stainless steel.
Yeah.
Because in 20, 30 years or whatever that size to be gone.
So you got the
steel
stainless,
ruin every.
you got the stainless steel, and then it has a carriage bolt. The carriage bolt is plated,
Right.
galvanized.
Because the other ones are stainless steel, are they not?
What's that?
The other pins?
No, they're all galvanized.
Are they?
Yeah. So, either way, I mean, if you're gonna get stainless steel carriage bolts, they're gonna set you back quite a bit.
Yeah. But they'll be there.
So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. How are we doing with the administrative assistant, Julie? Have you found anybody yet?
John, one question. Was it galvanized or what was it?
What?
Galvanized or
Galvanized for the carriage.
Galvanized, okay.
Yeah.
What about galvanneal? It's a different material.
I don't know the difference.
Okay.
But I know the rods of the carriage bolts are, and the carriage bolts are, they're long, they're long enough to go in there. I'll have samples. So, and then again, this other company now will actually number them for you. If not, you have to take, you have to number each one of them.
Yeah.
Be there forever. So I'll have that all figured out next time. Chagrin River Watershed Plans.
Saw the bill for them.
Yeah.
Do we want to re-up?
I can't remember that as a little nasty grant, wasn't it? What they decided?
No, it was, well, you know what, we're always late to the party.
That's the first time.
I know.
That's the first time I got it.
Yeah, right, that's the first time I've seen it come through.
And then, I know, they're like, well, we do all this work, and,
Yeah, right.
but, I mean,
I think they might have heard.
we're the least, we have the least amount of exposure to the Chagrin River, and our dues are the smallest out of the whole group. So
I don't care what you do.
So I mean, I don't think they're gonna go broke if we don't pay. But we really need to, the next meeting I'm gonna have something. What we really need to do is see where we're gonna go with our flood study grant.
Yeah.
How we're gonna approach that, and they may be able to, and again, Matt, I asked you, what about, are we still seeking a grant writing people, or is there
There's a lady in this
that
room,
does that?
I heard there's a lady in this room that writes pretty nice grants.
Lady in Chagrin.
No, a lady in this room that writes pretty nice grants, from what I heard.
She might have too much of it.
I hear you.
Yeah, don't, she's not trying to not.
I don't know what
No,
what do you need?
we have the water study that has came with 3 different recommendations. But with that water study is the first step to get like serious government money. The first step is do they need because of flooding? Yes, they do. Here's the reason it's flooding. how do you stop it? You don't stop water, but they give you some recommendations, so.
So the flooding you're talking about, is that on Manoy Center?
Yeah,
Okay. Got like down, not
It is.
school, but
it is. So some of the
you're,
Some of the
It's on
recommendations,
Wayne, it's actually from Wayne,
yeah,
down to
some of the recommendations are a holding tank, like a holding pond somewhere that's gonna hold all this water, and then you're gonna have to go on private property and do stuff that way. But the other one was,
There's a whole list of them, Terry. On the website, there's a list of like 20 grants that we could go after.
well, we,
Well,
for sure.
I don't know, I'm still working with FEMA on what grant to go after.
Right, but I mean, but it has to be written, you have to go after that grant.
Yes,
Right.
but
So he knows how to write
it's
grants.
not a grant, right, but it's a grant, you have to go after another grant to pay for that grant.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah,
much money
this is like infrastructure, like,
it's-
so one is to build a road, build Manaway Center Road up, and that's millions of dollars.
yeah.
And you're gonna, and if they want like matching funds, I don't think we have $500,000.
It's not matching funds.
Terry, we could get
Not
you back
matching
into
funds.
this, the grants that just came out. And I mean, we would pay you to do that if you're interested. I mean,
I mean,
You
depends on the timeline.
yeah, right. And if, you know, and like I said, did you get, there's
There's a list
of all kinds of grants, I mean, like John said, infrastructure grants, road grants, there's all kinds of stuff out there. We're trying to find a grant for the infrastructure for the sewer, tap on top of that, because I think we're gonna be short on the sewer line on the rescue grant money.
Terry, the flood study is on the website. You wanna just take a look at it? We don't know, we haven't really even discussed which one we wanna,
Right.
but that's coming up as well, so.
But don't confuse that with the other grants I'm talking about. That's just the one grant for the feasibility study they did. But there's all kinds of other grants out there that maybe you could take a look at and see if you'd be interested in like.
And that's,
So, yeah, just reach out to me and when you guys decide, or if there's
Okay.
things that you want me to look at, you have my email.
Yes.
but anyway, there was talk at the last meeting of a grant writer. And of course, they charge, and we certainly would, we certainly would want to pay what it costs. But we do need, I mean, that's way over my head.
So regional planning used to have a grant writer. Don't they still have a grant writer?
I don't know, I don't go to regional planning.
Well,
Well, yeah, they do, because, but
They charge they'll charge our credits.
Oh.
And then what happens when you guys leave? We don't have any. We don't have
Well,
any.
I don't, BZA doesn't need them.
right.
Zoning
does,
does.
yeah.
Well, somebody does.
Zoning, yeah, somebody needs them, but,
Get a list to you and you can do your grant.
yeah, I mean, I
It's,
think I'm gonna look into it.
okay,
I just need to know what I'm looking at.
good enough.
Gotcha. I forgot one thing, Mr. Chairman, while I was up.
You go right ahead.
All right, remember we talked about the maintenance agreement with the furnaces?
Yes.
Which is cool, I have that. And she will honor that price, because she actually dropped the ball and failed to get it to us. It was supposed to be here in August.
And we had an incident with the new heating and air conditioning unit over at the building.
I'll be doing that.
And everything is so complicated anymore, it's like almost ridiculous, because a lot of it is,
You know what it was? The motors on that furnace were out of calibration. They were out of frequency, not calibration, they were out of frequency. The hell does that mean? The guy came out and re-frequency the two motors on that furnace outside.
Asking if, because there was, I'm gonna call it a brownout earlier in the day. No, I think the lights might have went all the way out. I know they dimmed way down.
Yeah.
They might have gone out and then came back up.
Could
You
you try
might
something in those?
inquire as to if that might be a contributing factor.
I've never heard of a motor with a frequency like that, I never,
Yeah,
it's a new thing, man.
we asked for the copy of the work order.
Everything got it.
So, things are getting so complicated and, you know,
The frequency won't change unless the power company changes it.
right.
And if they changed it, the whole area will be messed up. So there's something internally
He
in
did,
that unit.
he said it was the motors.
Pardon?
He said the motors had to be recalibrated.
Maybe so, but it's not a power problem from the electric.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
It's an internal
problem.
of
It's
the
internal to
equipment.
the equipment.
Yeah,
Matt,
yeah.
let's talk about these charges here
Yeah.
that they have on.
Yeah, so for those furnaces.
So the biannual maintenance, I like the way it is, biannual maintenance, that in parentheses twice a year, like, oh.
Yeah.
But anyway, so, they have one belt changes,
Mhm.
so I don't know how many belts are in there.
Right.
They have a filter charge, two times per year. A filter changes 2 times per year. Condenser coil wash 1 time per year with chemicals.
Air conditioning.
So per heating and per cooling. So each one of those are 1,100. One's 1,148, the other one's $1,099. Annual investment. I don't know what the annual I don't know if it's an investment though, but it's $2,247.
Right.
And this is their service contract?
Yeah.
But that doesn't cover if something else screws up, all it?
No, but, this came from Rebecca, so I could talk to Larry,
Okay.
and he can put it in layman's terms to us. But I'm looking at all the stuff above it that they do,
Yeah.
okay? They check the heat exchanger condition, they do all that spectrological connection, blah, 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 blah. Things that can cause you a problem down the road. So, thermostat controls, I mean, the whole thing, air duct controllers. So,
What did we pay
So
for?
if something like this would happen, would it have been covered? No, because it's not one of these things listed here, right?
well, it depends if they would have found something and checking one of these and corrected it. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
So we may have to pay that, plus have to pay for the cost of fixing it anyways.
Okay, so,
I certainly think we need a service agreement on it. It's certainly that the generator wasn't nowhere near the cost of our service agreement for
yeah,
generators nowhere near this.
don't know. No, right, and that was for 10 years, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Standard,
Hey, we can scrap it, I just, I know we
standard,
requested before to have it, and now we have it in our hands.
Go ahead.
Do what we want.
standard rate, $94 an hour without a contract, or with a contract, $99 without a contract.
Yeah,
So I say $5 an hour.
And then the overtime rate on top of that, did you see that?
What's that?
The overtime rate on top of
Yeah,
that.
overtime rate
Yeah.
and a $99
Yeah.
trip charge.
I'll talk to Larry. He's probably not supposed to go.
Okay, well, I'm glad you brought this up, so. Yeah, everything's proprietary anymore.
Yep.
No one can do anything, so. Okay, anything else?
Sure. No.
Mark, you notice we put you under club and committee reports at the end of the deal, so. You got something that you want to add?
Yes. Our next second Friday fundraiser will be the 9th of February. And that's from 4 to 7. Have you folks had a chance to look at the grant listings that came through the Ohio Township Association? There's like a weekly email that comes out. and there's a whole
That's what I'm talking about.
slew of grants out
That's what I was
there.
talking about. That's what I said last meeting, we should be hiring a grant writer to go after those.
Did you guys look at any of those as to see the ability or anything like that?
I have not sat down and looked at them, Mark, to be honest with you. I know they're there, and I said we should figure out what we want to do, what we want to go after, like Terry said, and get somebody to go after them. I mean, I don't know what she would charge to write, but hey, what do you got to lose?
Okay, I just skimmed through the stuff there, but when it comes to, you know, what we're talking about doing with this building here, it'd be very appropriate for a grant to do that. And, you know, the more eyes at looking at that stuff, the better.
Yeah. I think Terry's done a pretty good job, as in our Terry,
Pardon?
what's Terry's last name?
Nielsen? Did you?
No, not Terry Nielsen. The other Terry that you've been working with the building. Right, Terry Mine. I think he's got a pretty good grip on what needs to happen to this building.
Okay. The other thing to be aware of, we got a quote from Eric Hunt from Home Construction. And he gave us two options. Basically, one is to paint them. The other option goes into, for all the lap board on the building, pulling it all off except for the gable end on the east end, pull out all the blown-in insulation that's in there because he says it's wet. And then, you know, foam the nooks and crannies and then put in fiberglass insulation, half-inch, what do they call it, particle board, and then like a weather seal on top of that, and then put new lath boards up with that. From the way he's explaining it, if we go ahead and just paint it in X number of years, we're going to have to repaint again because it's the moisture behind the walls
Correct. I said that from the start.
that's causing it. Now, on his original proposal, just to paint the building here, it also includes reducing the grade down here at this corner of the building, so you have at least 4-inch exposure. And it says minor repairs, because you don't know what you're going to get into for that. But for, just for initial numbers right now, and this is with Eric, just to do the paint only and repair the corner over here, you're looking at, let's call it round numbers, at $23,000. An additional to that, if we were to proceed with changing all the lap board around, and it's just up to, the lap board. It's not going to be the gable end down here or anything like that. That would be an additional, let's use round numbers here, let's call it $25,000 for that.
So you're looking at 58,000, or 40, you're looking at 48,000 total?
Yeah, ballparking number, 48,000, you know, with some change here and there.
Right.
So part of the question is, you know, as we are looking around and exploring, do you want us to continue down that path or not? We think it's probably the right thing to do from, long-term total cost of ownership kind of thing. Because when you go to paint, it will last longer for that. So that was one question I had for you folks. We still have to understand more about the impact of adding the half-inch particle board with that. We got an initial response that he reached out to Diane Wallman. I think you guys have met her before. She did the part of the work on the historic district.
Yeah, right.
For that. So,
Well, Mark, you know how I think, and your own home, what would you do? You want to fix the problem, or you want to put a Band-Aid over the problem? You're going to pay now or pay later. And you're going to pay much more later. So I'm with the advocate that you fix it now and be done with it.
Okay.
That's my thoughts.
Okay.
I'm one
Now,
of
I
those-
did ask him, because John, you made a comment about the windows in here. And what Eric was saying is you should treat that as a separate project.
Yeah,
You know, when it comes time to
because that's not where your problem is at.
do that. The other thing that,
Yeah.
when Eric was here, and I thought I mentioned it at the November 9th meeting when I was here, but you have a hole in your lath board above this window out there. I thought I mentioned it at that time, but when I ran into Brian and Dan, I asked them if you guys had said anything, and said no. So you may want to touch base with them. It's a nice little round hole up there that woodpecker or
Or invites insects, absolutely.
whatever, but it's a very pretty round hole. I mean, if you just look at it, it just sort of looks like somebody went up with a hole saw
Right, maybe there was a vent that came through or something.
and drilled through it, so
Yeah, that's
we
what
had that.
Yeah,
The other item here, you folks had a request for information.
Yep.
That came in, and I assume all three are on board on that. Just to let you know, we are looking into that. We're waiting on some feedback from our legal folks as to appropriately to address that request for information on that. So
Well, do you know, you also know that a records request expects you to comply within a reasonable amount of time. You've had that since
we got it on,
last month
we got it on the 9th is when it was picked up.
on the 9th, that's correct, yes,
On that.
yes.
And we've had a delay here of late due to, I'm going to say, the email world, where information was sent and was never received by the other party, and then
Well,
went to follow up, and they never got the
right,
information.
so the request was for forms that you had already had filled out. I don't understand why it's taking so long. All you had to do was forward the forms.
I understand where you're coming from,
Yes,
but under the situation, we want to get, may I say, advice so that we respond to the request correctly on that. For what you're asking for, how you ask for it, we want to respond appropriately to that and do it correctly.
Yeah, and I
I don't want to bounce back and forth.
You know what, Mark, I'm gonna tell you this, bud. I don't say much about stuff like this, but you know what? You use our buildings for nothing. You're raising money, okay, and you don't pay a dime to rent that building. We asked a simple question of what was in your funds, and then this is the outcome, we have to go through this. That's not right, dude. It's not right, Mark. It's just not right. You know, we, in good faith, do things for you guys, right? You guys are holding money, you're making money, right? And you really haven't given much back to this township. Since I've been here, I don't think this Marcy Group was gave one dime to this organization. Well, I could be wrong, I have to research that, but since I've been a trustee, I don't know that we've got any money from the Marcy Group. And that's, I'm here 4 years. And then they make a simple request to see what kind of money you have, and we get that kind of response. I want to tell you, I think that's bullshit. Literally.
Okay.
It's not right.
Just so that you're aware that when Diamond Environmental did their study over this school, there was a section of asbestos that was in, I'm going to use the term severe disrepair.
Mhm.
We paid to have that taken care of and addressed.
Mhm.
Memory serves me correct, the 9-inch tiles in the hallway and the board, what do you call it, baseboards?
How many years ago was that?
Pardon?
How long ago was that?
I don't know, probably 6 years ago, but I'm just letting you know
Yeah, I know
that because you said, to your knowledge,
I said-
we haven't contributed anything.
No, since my
Since-
time, since I've been here.
Since you've been here.
That's correct.
Since you've been here, we did have an offer to the township, what was it, 2.5 years ago?
Yep, for a
When
building,
you
for
were
a
meeting,
room.
when you were meeting over at the Civic Center for probably probably in excess of $30,000
That's correct.
to do items over at the school, which the trustees turned down.
Correct. And you know why that was turned down? Because that's putting a Band-Aid on a bigger operation, and we're not even gonna go down that road, Mark, because you know where that's gonna go. Fact of the matter is too, when you worded about when we're gonna repair this building, and I called you out on it the night that you made the proposal for helping out with this, you were helping out by getting prices, but you were gonna you were gonna spend no funding to the project. You plainly stated in your thing that you
That
really.
was not to spend any dollars
Uh-huh.
in obtaining the information to get the estimates for the building. We talked about that before.
We talked about that, but you also agreed that, yes, you did not plan on spending any money towards that. That's your statement that night?
No, that was for the development of the work to come up with the estimates. And, you know, we agreed to explore some grant areas and whatnot for that part of the process.
That's
We're
not
not
being-
planning on spending any dollars. As far as doing the actual project, when it came around at that time, that was something different.
Yeah, because you said you weren't interested in giving any money towards that, is what you said, if you read it. Because we
Maybe
talked
my
about
wording was
that.
wrong, but when we talked about it before,
So,
we went through the same scenario that basically through that proposal, we weren't going to expend any dollars to come up with our recommendations for that.
it's not.
However, once things were settled down and whatnot, when it came to the project of actually doing the work, that would be something different for that, and we crossed that bridge when we got to it.
Well,
Now, the other thing,
that wasn't portrayed to us that way.
you had asked about that before, and I explained the same situation back in, was it October, or was it, it had to be October, when you originally asked about that, or when we made that offer. Could have been September.
Make
We
the
had
offer.
talked about that.
I didn't make the offer, I asked you what you had.
So-
That's what I asked.
That was back in October. Right.
Right.
So, anyway, that's where we're at today.
We wouldn't do that to you, but you're doing that to us, and in my mind, okay, when we had to do that, because we were a 501c3 at the fire department, and we had to disclose everything, and it was public information. Anybody that wanted to review our books could review our books, and I think that is law. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. We'll see.
We're just asking for some
But what I'm
guidance.
saying to you though, Mark, it shouldn't have to go that far. It shouldn't be. I'm gonna drop it there. We
Okay.
shouldn't have to do this.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we done with the conversation, gentlemen?
Pardon?
Are we done with the conversation?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Does you have anything else?
No, that's fine. No, that's fine. Okay,
Thank you.
I will make a motion to pay all bills for January.
I'll second that.
John,
Yes.
Sue,
Yeah.
Matt.
Yes.
Did we skip public comment?
What's that?
Did we skip?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we did skip a couple, yeah.
I thought we were going to public comment before.
Yeah, go ahead.
You want to use one or the other?
I know before that we had, when the signs for, no engine brake.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get some in the other direction? I know I had asked about it and thought maybe we could. Those trucks are really bad.
We
The,
can do that.
they are going like 5 or 6 or 8 times a day and it shakes the
I'll
house.
manage it. Yeah.
Like I can hear it in the barn. And I text the neighbor and say, that's really annoying. And she's like, I hate it.
So we do have to make a motion to make that a no-break zone from state route. I think Chuck should probably on the books, first of all. I'd like to make it from probably like, possibly just go to Long Road. Maybe from Manly Corners, because we already have it from Manly Corners all the way to Laurel Line. So that go from
Oh my
Manly
gosh.
Corners east.
I was in the bathroom at the school the other night and it was so loud. I
That's what I said with that four wheels.
The four-way
Four-way
stop?
stop there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
holy cow, I couldn't believe it. Those blinking, flashing stop signs there would be helpful at night.
That's what I keep thinking.
Yeah, because I think it's sneaking up on them when
Yeah,
they're,
and
when
we
they're
can't-
not from here.
I know, we can't do it. They won't, because it's a state, they have to do it. Even though it's Manly Center Road, and any road, like if it intersects like with the county road, then the county's responsible. If it's two township roads that come together, then it's a township. But when a township road, if it's a state road, it's a state responsibility. So that, we thought originally that those were supposed to be, when they originally explained that project to us, they said that they were supposed to be blinking lights.
They were supposed to, those were supposed to be lit.
Sign
So when you come
Yes.
up 82,
At dark.
Just like the.
and when you come up 82 to
Yeah.
Frost Road, there's blinking lights down there,
Right,
and there's no stop sign.
No. Maybe we gotta look back in the records and see what they promised.
Yeah. We'd have to go back in the original ODOT when they went to the design,
Right.
right before they were gonna hold public meetings. They set out a whole list of stuff that was gonna happen. And they had their studies on it and all that stuff, and then that's when they said how they were gonna do it, and what they were gonna do. Then they delayed it for what, 6 months or whatever that they did.
Yep.
So, but it's in there someplace. They were gonna put those
They're
lights
gonna
in.
pressure them.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Sorry.
But they start at like 5 o'clock in the morning too.
No, I'm working.
It's terrible. Thank you.
You bet.
Thanks, guys. Yep.
And Mark, I'm not bad, I'm just disappointed. I'm not mad at anybody, I'm just disappointed, that's all.
Did you have something for public comment?
No, I'm, yeah, thank you.
That's all I already was saying.
Don't worry about it.
That's how it goes wrong there.
You should
I
have a lot
love
of
this
purchases.
man.
Huh?
So we should have a lot of purchases.
Just keep coming this way.
You know, I'm used to doing this from when Mari was here, because Mari used to get mad. Those
They
things-
are in order.
If
They are
if
exactly
they were in
order.
order, she would be screaming.
They are in order.
Maury Louise Taylor. I've seen her for a while.
I just talked to
Something.
something.
Did you really?
She was calling about that friend of John's that
Oh.
passed away.
Yeah, these,
I was on
Did
the
anybody
phone.
go?
yeah, but she didn't sign these.
Oh,
Did anybody go to Franklin's College?
Rick Murphy.
Yeah, no. So, did you go, I went to the law hours, I went to the funeral. She was my boss. He was on Friday.
Julia, do we have to sign these that you didn't sign?
Oh, no, yeah.
Are you
yes.
cold yet?
I'm always cold.
Do you want to sign them? Because
Yes.
they'll take a while.
That was cold here. It is chilly.
No, it's not. God, it's hot in here.
Carol told me she was cold for the last 2 days, because that's
All
when
right, I'll have
so
my cupcake.
she was leaving.
So I
Julia,
can't-
would you like to take that?
I'll take them home.
Okay.
I gotta eat dinner first.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, tomorrow, busy
Here's
day.
the next step.
Thank you so much.
Is it?
I got everything wrapped up.
Yeah, where's that?
No.
You got it. Yeah, I know Chuck very well.
There,
And keep going,
yeah,
keep
Chuck's
going.
a good
Ooh, I don't get
guy. I don't know, he's, he should come to one of the meetings, he's not coming.
No, he's
Good, it's just that it comes off.
There's another one,
Well,
it doesn't, it doesn't.
well, look at, there was a hole there. Why don't we just put a nail back in?
I was gonna say, there might be something in the drawer soon.
Why don't we get some, why don't we paint that?
I'll have the calendar over it, they'll never see it. This door over here?
Yeah, that, be careful of that table though.
started early.
I can't believe we've been here 4 hours.
This will work. Right, and the hole that was there. I could have taken this away.
I'm at the Columbus next week. Training.
Oh, yeah.
That's not that fast.
At least you have
Hey,
good
are you
weather.
going south?
Yeah. Good weather and no snow.
Yeah.
Mr. Benner,
Yes, sir?
are you going south?
Yes. Don't know the exact dates yet, but looks like probably the end of February.
No.
You need two, Jim?
And quite frankly, it's not been nice
Good winter.
in Florida.
Oh.
That's Jones.
No, that's
What about some Florida DEI?
We,
You're probably
well,
doing
we've
it
been
now.
on now the last 2 years, we've been up for like a month
Thank you,
and a
ma'am.
half. We started Kissimmee at our time check, and then we'll go to the East Coast for a week, and then we'll go to the West Coast
No,
for
man,
a
I
week.
got it.
And then on Marco, for a week.
Yeah.
And this year, I'd like to go down the Keys for a week as well.
one for me.
I never
Go down
been
to where?
Keys, I've never been to the Keys.
Oh.
I've never
I
been.
had no idea.
They're good when they're cold.
So,
I had no idea Dan never got that job.
but I don't know what the weather's been like tonight, it's not like
WJL, so.
it's cold.
Yeah,
Okay, I
well,
saved
you
it.
know, there's another one out
I
there.
saved it.
Did you offer Mark one?
Yeah.
Would you like?
No, thank you.
You should.
Yeah, but his is so nice.
It's raspberry.
I know, this is crazy.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Very good.
That's our.
I really don't
Yeah,
know.
oh, yeah.
I know, but sometimes it's.
We won't tell Rita.
But I'll know about it.
Are you done signing yet, Mr. Benner?
Oh, I'm about halfway there, probably. Oh, yeah, I'm more than happy.
Boy, I'm not used to sitting for 4 hours.
I know, my leg's coming numb. You're not taking them home?
No, I don't need that.
John.
I don't eat the sweets, but I'm gonna have one here with you.
Yeah, I'll take them.
Oh, yeah. Too much paper. This is all this paper just,
This is nothing.
I was gonna say, this is
no, we should have, no, the paper, I could see
Yeah.
signatures for stuff, but I mean, like notes and all that stuff. We should, everybody should be like, all this stuff could be online, on the iPad and.
Yeah, check it. Boom, next.
Yep, here. I still haven't got a computer. I still haven't got a computer. Julia, I don't have Word,
Oh, no.
so, and I'm not buying Word.
You should have it.
I don't have it.
You
Anyway.
should have it on
The
the
township email.
Doesn't she have 360
Township email?
I don't know, honestly, no, it's
Is there one on that?
And then you want me to sign into something,
There's
else,
one
send
on
an
the
email, but I
I
don't
don't
work.
I don't know if she doesn't have, I wonder if, I gotta see if she's got
I
the,
didn't sign into it.
I don't think, you must have had
365.
365.
she's supposed, she should.
Well, yeah, well, but
Yeah,
I've never.
I gotta look. I gotta look.
You should have some.
Well,
Well, we just paid for it.
Right. I don't know if Sue ever signed up for it, signed in for it.
I don't, see, I had a problem signing,
Well, that explains why you can't open a lot of stuff up, if you don't have it.
how do you know what email you have?
This is here, take this.
I just had to look out.
Okay.
Township.
That's not showing your phone, but.
Oh, that's what you would do, even on my computer, just answer and reply to.
That's all you get, you don't get anything, you don't get any program.
Dino,
Yeah.
so it's pretty good.
Across the top.
Get his,
So like,
No, it says,
okay, so like when somebody sends something to you for with a word, and you click on it, okay, does it
it's
not?
sometimes open, sometimes doesn't.
Yeah, it would never open if it didn't have it.
Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, but if it goes one time, you have it.
But I can't write, I can't.
You can't type a word
So,
document.
I can, so, no, what I wanna do is type a Word document for my grant,
Okay,
which I can't do. So I don't wanna write it or anything. I wanted a document that I can actually print and hand to somebody.
right,
I don't have Word to do that.
okay, we good?
you're good.
So what I was asking, if I send it to you, will you type it for me?
Oh, of course.
Thank you. And I can type very well. I just don't know Word. Okay, we're done.
Well, I'm waiting for Matthew to sit back down. Okay, is there anything else for the good of the order? Matthew, anything?
We're good.
I will make a motion to eat this cupcake and dessert. Second.
John?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes. We are adjourned.